Good day, class. This is Teacher Jay, and welcome back to our channel. Today's session, we will be learning about one of the topics in a quadratic equation. Keep watching. Hi, everyone. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to discuss one of the topics in a quadratic equation. But before that, let's have first this review. Okay? You are going to identify the values of A, B, and C of the following equations. Let's have first. X squared plus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. So, what is the value of A, B, and C here in this equation? So, the value of A is 1. Very good. B is tama, 3. C is negative 10. Okay, so the values of A, B, and C are 1, 3, and negative 10 respectively. How about this one? Negative 2x squared minus 10 is equal to 0. What is the value of A here? Negative 2. Correct. How about B? Tama, 0. And C is negative 10. Since you know now how to identify the values of A, B, and C in a quadratic equation, let's proceed to the next lesson. Our topic for today is the sum and the product of the roots of a quadratic equation. But before that, let's have this one. Objective. Determine the sum and the product of the roots of a quadratic equation. So take note of the objective today, class. Okay? So, next. The sum of the roots of a quadratic equation is negative b over a. So, there is a formula on how to get the sum of the roots of the quadratic equation. That is negative b over a. Or this is x sub 1 plus x sub 2 is equal to negative b over a. So, maalala po natin yung dalawang roots po ng ating quadratic equation, that is x sub 1 and x sub 2. So if you are going to add that, that is the sum of the roots of the quadratic equation. And kapag ginamit naman natin yung formula, that is negative b over a. Next, the product of the roots of the quadratic equation is c over a, or this is x sub 1 times x sub 2 is equal to c over a. Again, kapag kinuha po natin yung roots ng ating quadratic equation, kapag pinag-multiply po natin yun, that is the product of the roots of that equation. Okay? So, papakita ko po kung paano nakuha yung negative b over a, the sum of the roots, and the product of the roots, which is c over a. So, eto po yan. So, galing po dyan yan. So, maalala nyo po ito. Ito yung sa quadratic formula. Tama? Pinaghiwalay ko lang po. Pinag-add ko po siya. Tapos pinaghiwalay po yung dalawang sign. Positive dito, negative po doon. So, kapag pinag-add po yan, ang makukuha po natin ay negative b over a, and that is the sum of the roots. Okay? Next, kapag pinag-multiply naman yung quadratic formula, okay? So, ang makukuha po natin dyan is c over a, and that is the product of the roots po. Okay? Ayan, c over a. Okay? Okay, let's have this first example. X squared minus 3x minus 18 is equal to 0. So you are going to find the sum and the product of the roots of this equation. So all you have to do first is to find the values of a, b, and c. So a is 1, b is negative 3, c is negative 18. So we are going to find the sum of the roots of the quadratic equation by using the formula, which is negative b over a. So, substituting the value of b, which is negative 3, that is negative times negative 3 over 1. Next, simplify. Negative times negative 3 divided by 1, that is 3 over 1, or this is 3. So, the sum of the roots of the quadratic equation is 3. Next, the product of the roots of the quadratic equation. So, you are going to use the formula, which is c over a. Substituting the value of c, which is negative 18 and a is 1. So negative 18 over 1. Simplify, that is negative 18. So the product of the roots of that equation is negative 18. So kapag sinolve natin yan, yung equation na x squared minus 3x minus 18 is equal to 0 using factoring. Tapos pag nakukuha natin yung roots, you are going to add, and that is the sum. And if you are going to multiply, that is the product. So try po natin kung tama rin po yung sagot po natin. Okay? So x squared, so factor this one, x minus 6 times x plus 3 is equal to 0. And then 0 product property, that is x minus 6 is equal to 0 and x plus 3 is equal to 0. APE, x sub 1 is 6 and x sub 2, that is negative 3. So if you are going to add this two roots, and that is the sum of the roots of the equation, and that is positive 3. Tama rin. Kapag product of the roots of the quadratic equation, kapag pinag-multiply mo yan, that is negative 18. So tama rin po. So ang ano lang po dito, kapag sinolve pa natin yung roots, tapos kunin natin yung sum and product, ang haba yung solutions po natin. So mas madali, gamitin na po natin yung formula ng sum and product of the roots of that equation. Okay? Example number 2. 8x squared minus 56 is equal to 0. So again, we are going to find the sum and the product of the roots of this equation. First is you are going to identify the values of a, b, and c from this equation. So the value of a is 8, b is 0, c is negative 56. So you are going to get the sum of the roots of this equation. So we are going to use the formula, which is negative b over a. So substituting the value of b, which is 0, so negative times 0 divided by 8, and that is equal to 0. So the sum of the roots of this equation is 0. Next, the product of the roots of the quadratic equation is, formula is c over a. Substituting the value of c, which is negative 56, and a is 8. So negative 56 divided by 8, and that is negative 7. So the product of the roots of the quadratic equation is negative 7. Okay, I'm going to add this topic. Given the sum and the product of the roots, find the quadratic equation. So given the sum, which is 5, and the product is negative 7. Okay? To find the quadratic equation, given the sum and the product, you are going to use this formula, which is x squared minus the sum x plus product is equal to 0. So since our sum is 5, you are going to substitute. Okay, copy x squared minus sum is 5, just copy x, plus the product is negative 7 is equal to 0. Simplify, x squared minus 5x minus 7 is equal to 0. So the equation now is x squared minus 5x minus 7 is equal to 0. Another example, our sum of the roots is negative 5 and the product of the roots is positive 2. So using the formula, which is x squared minus sum x plus product is equal to 0. So x squared, negative times negative 5, that is positive 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. So the new equation now, or the equation now, is x squared plus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay? I'm going to add another topic which is related to our lesson. So given the roots, you are going to find the quadratic equation. There are two ways of finding the quadratic equation given its root. For example, the roots are positive 4 and negative 2. Okay? So first method, you are going to get the sum and the product of the roots. After that, you are going to substitute from the equation x squared minus sum x plus product is equal to 0. Okay? So again, you are going to get the sum x sub 1 plus x sub 2, that is 4, plus negative 2 is equal to positive 2. So the sum of the roots is positive 2. And the product is, substituting the value of x sub 1, that is 4, times negative 2 is equal to negative 8. So the product of the roots is negative 8. So substituting that from x squared minus sum x plus product is equal to 0. So just copy x squared minus the sum is 2, x plus negative 8, that is the product, is equal to 0. So the equation now is x squared minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. Okay, second method. We are going to use the equation describing the roots to come up with two binomials whose product is equal to 0. Okay, so x sub 1 is equal to 4, or x sub 2, that is negative 2. So x minus 4 times x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, parang trinanspose ko lang po yung positive 4 left side of the equation, kaya naging x minus 4. Same with this one. From negative 2, transpose natin sa left side, magiging positive 2 is equal to 0. So using FOIL method, okay, so you are going to get the product of the first term, which is x squared, and then outer term, x times 2, times 2, that is positive 2x. And then the inner term, negative 4 times x, that is negative 4x. And then the last term, negative 4 times 2, that is negative 8 is equal to 0. Simplify, x squared, positive 2x minus 4x, that is negative 2x, minus 8 is equal to 0. So the equation now is x squared minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. Just in case you have question or clarification, just write your question in the comment section. Thank you and God bless.